Hello there, Leo. Thank you for joining me for your second half of March reading. While I finish shuffling, I want to say that this is a general reading and there will be connections made with multiple energies out there. So if the message doesn't resonate for you, please leave it behind for them. Also, I'm going to go ahead and make a mention. I'm going to do a giveaway when I reach 1,000 subscribers. I want to give away a personal reading, and I don't do personal readings. It just doesn't fit in my schedule right now. But for you guys, I'll make an exception. And so make sure you hit that subscribe button for that. Also, Metaphysical Monday started last week. So I have a Metaphysical Monday post already ready to watch. So make sure you check that out. It'll be linked in the description box. Also, I have another one coming out that's going to be about crystals. So this coming Monday is going to be about crystals. So take a minute to leave a comment. Let me know what crystals you're drawn to. And we'll see how many I can get that... yeah, that doesn't make sense. Whatever crystal is mentioned the most, that's what I meant to say. I'll go ahead and take that crystal because I probably have it. And I'll... do our Metaphysical Monday post on that. One more shuffle. I know, I was a little bit chatty there, sorry. Last shuffle though. The Four of Pentacles. That's going to be the overall energy for this reading. So Leo, why are you holding so tightly to that? Fours are, like there's four legs on a table. There's four corners of a square. It's stable, right? Fours are stable. So this shows me a fear of losing that stability. You know, you're being kind of not necessarily greedy. You're not trying to get more. You're just trying to hold on to what you already have. So I feel like that's going to be our overall energy for this reading. So let me draw some more cards. See what's going on and what's got you so freaked out. Leo, end of March 2019. The Fool. Okay, so we have the Fool card. So it looks like we might be starting on a new journey, or we're kind of maybe, I don't even think it's a new journey. I'm drawn more to the baby in that. You know, I don't even see the dude taken off and on the path in the background. That's not even it. We're looking at this right here. This kind of like naivete, like he doesn't know any better. So I feel like maybe you're being a little too naive about a situation. I think that's what's got you a little bit freaked out. Let's see. What else do we have for Leo? What is freaking Leo out? Ooh, really? Okay. The Eight of Cauldrons. Okay. So we have the Eight of Cauldrons, which is kind of he's not mad about it, but he's kind of taking charge of his own emotions. You know what I mean? Like he's left a little trail of breadcrumbs in the back. See that? See that? Focus. There we go. There's a little bit of a trail behind him. He's leaving a trail, but he's not taking no crap. He just wants to take care of himself. But he doesn't mind the fact that, you know, he's still kind of dropping here. And I feel like that's also representing how you feel right now. You're like, you kind of want to make sure you are taking care of yourself, but you're not afraid to kind of show a little bit, leave a little bit, still be compassionate, but also kind of not giving them out. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? What else is going on with Leo? Okay. The Lone Man, which is the Hangman, but it's in reverse. So usually it's kind of like a pause and reflect. Pause and reflect, gain a new perspective, but we have it in the reverse. So I feel like you already know. You already know what you want. You already know what's going on here, and you already know why. So why? You already know the answer to that, but I don't. But I'm gonna. Why is Leo worried. All right, so we have the Star. So we need to shed some light on something. The Star is kind of, it's about being the star, but it's also like the stars shine. Stars shine. They shed light on something. So something, you're waiting for something to be revealed, maybe. But why is that right next to the Fool? It's next to the Fool and above the reversed Lone Man, Hangman, whatever. They're connected. I'm trying to see this connection here. What is this connection? You see them all together here. It's kind of like this one's in the middle, though. You see those? That's nope. Put them out of order. I want to see them the way they came out. Let's see. So I feel like it's right next to the Fool, which gave me kind of being too naive about something, or maybe even being childish about something. I think the light is about to be shed, and I think I don't think it's necessarily in your favor. I think maybe what I'm feeling is that maybe you're afraid. That just washed over me. You're worried about this stability. You're worried about your home. This is like hearth and home, and I don't want to lose it. I have it. I know it's there, but you're too focused on worried about it being lost, that you're not actually taking it all in. But I feel like you're afraid that the light is going to be shed on you, and you are worried. That's why you're trying not. You don't want to pause. You want to move forward because you feel like if you pause, you're going to drop all these cups, and somebody's going to know what's really up. This is getting interesting. What else is going on with Leo? Let's get some more info. More stability, 4 swords. Okay. So we have some stable communication, some kind of fending off somebody else's kind of ways of doing things, somebody's idea of how it should be. And you're kind of just like trying to keep them at bay because you're still trying to hold this together. And you're a little bit worried that something might come out. Something might, That's just kind of really just validating the first card, the very first card, that 4 of Pentacles. You're on guard. You're guarding that, what you have. You have like this castle. You have these coins, but you're putting up your hands and blocking and grasping at straws to keep it. And I think that that's because you're afraid that this star is going to come around and shed some light on something. So that's why you're trying to not pause. Let's move forward and let's not really look at what's going on. We don't want to see that. We want to move on to the next phase, because let's just get past what I'm not showing you, what I'm holding on to. Let's just get past that, move on to the next step. We don't need to worry about what's going on there. It'll go away on its own, but it won't, because that's just not how the world works. To adjust my feet. You almost got to see my messy room. All right. What is Leo hiding? Ooh. Mastery. This is the Chariot. This is the let's get our asses in gear. I think this is actually the first time I've ever drawn this card, ever. And I've had this deck for 20 years. It's gorgeous. I'm just distracted by the beauty right now. So in the traditional Rider-Waite, kind of the traditional tarot decks, this would be the Chariot. This is mastery. So that's more, it's about like being victorious, and it's, I really like this card. I really like this card. It's almost like a rainbow. Like you're getting all of it in there. But yeah, that doesn't really, I need more clarification on what Leo's hiding. There was a victory? Oh, that one wanted to pop out. The Nine of Pentacles, which is kind of like a luxury, femininity, just kind of taking pride in your appearance and kind of just being proud of what you have, and maybe being a little bit too materialistic if we're looking at the shadow aspect of the card. I mean, with all the other cards on the table, I feel like this is more kind of showing that shadowy side of you. You might be, you know, with the kind of greediness looking cards, you know, I feel like that's kind of where this is going. Maybe you're being a little bit too prideful with your material things. You're being a little too materialistic, and worried a little bit too much on the external ego type stuff. And you really should be kind of more focused on yourself. I have spot for one more advice cards. Let's see. Let me get some clarifiers first. What is Leo hiding? The Ten of Rods in reverse. Ten of Rods in reverse. So this is kind of like, I feel like this is saying you don't really have your shit together. You don't really have your shit together. And I think that's what you're hiding. You're putting on this facade that you have yourself put together, but in reality, you're afraid. You're afraid that you're going to lose what you have, because you're afraid you're going to lose what you have because somebody's going to find out that you really don't have what you think you do. That there was a hair on that. Sorry. I shed. You're afraid that somebody's going to find out the real you. You are hiding an entire side of yourself. Why are you hiding yourself, Leo? Yeah. You're really putting up a front. You're really trying to kind of like push people back. You're trying to push people back. Don't come into my fortress. Don't stop and look around. Don't stop and try and see the real me. Because I don't really have this. I know I am portraying this character. Hello. I'm portraying this character who has all this stuff, and look at me, and look at this, and look what I have. But in reality, you're so afraid that it's all gonna come crashing down, that you're just building a wall. And I feel like you're being too naive about it. I think you need to, I haven't done the advice card yet, but from seeing these cards, I really feel like you need to open up. You need to open up. You're trying to close yourself off, put up a wall. You're not really giving those emotions. These are your fucks, and you're not giving them out. These are my fucks, and I'm going to walk away with them. That's, but I think that's to your detriment. I think that is, you're afraid that all this stuff that you have is going to fall away. This 10, it's a 10. 10 means completion. You have it. You're gathering up all of your winnings. You're gathering up all of your harvest there. But it's in the reverse. You don't feel like you actually have that. You feel like shit's about to hit the fan at any moment. And you're worried that something is going to shed some light on the situation. Something is going to be revealed. Yeah, I'm still a little bit thrown off by this Mastery Chariot. I think this being below the Four of Pentacles, our first card, our overall energy, this kind of not wanting to share, being guarded, it's right below it. And I think that that's kind of that's your goal. Like, that's what you think you want. That's what you think you want. You're prepared for a victory. You think that's what you need in order to kind of get past this, like, I don't want to pause, I don't want to stop, I don't want to reflect. I want to just move on. I want to just move on and skip this step. I want to skip this step. But I think that I don't think that that's wise right now. So what advice do we have for Leo? That is this card. Eight of Cauldrons. Okay. Time to learn more about your emotions. The Page is a student. The Page is young and, again, naive. We have this naiveness coming in. Become a student. Learn yourself. Learn your own heart. Because putting on this front and being worried all the time that, you know, your walls might crash down is not getting you anywhere. And you can't keep skipping steps. You need to face it. You need to face reality and learn to get in touch with your emotions. Learn. Get to know your own heart. Get to know your own heart. Yeah. This was a tough reading for me. This was tough. Because it just makes me feel guarded, and I think I got a little bit emotional there for a minute. I know it's not mine, and connecting with you guys, it's not my reading, it's yours. This was a tough reading. I feel like you're working really hard to keep yourself hidden, and it's time to get in touch with yourself. Learn about your heart, learn about what makes you happy, and get in touch with your emotions. I know you're Leo and you're the lion and you're gonna roar, but you know, you still have that thorn in your paw. And if you don't let anybody near you, who's gonna take it out? Because you're a lion and you don't have opposable thumbs. But let someone in. Get to know yourself before you let someone in. Don't be naive about the situation. You're acting childish and thinking that you can just skip the step. You can't. You need to face it. You need to learn what's in your heart before you can move on. So that's the advice the cards have for you, Leo. I hope it resonated, and I hope that you can find some peace and get to know your heart a little bit better. Don't be a caged lion. Okay? Thank you so much for sticking around this long. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notified for Metaphysical Monday coming up. Take care, guys. Have a blessed day.